Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on open chords, strumming, and fingerstyle patterns. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in, so I'll leave a link in the description. We're on page 44 and we have a new lead sheet. This is for Molly Malone. On page 44, we have number R63, Molly Malone. This is in 3/4 time, and it's marked moderato. It doesn't give you a specific tempo marking, but when I do the playthrough, I'm going to do quarter equals 105. Looking through this, we see that there's a first ending, second line from the bottom, and it's that entire line. So we are going to take that repeat, which takes us back to the very beginning, but then the second time through, we skip that entire line, and we play the last line. Now it's in 3/4 time, and you have several patterns you can use that are in 3/4 time. I'm going to play two patterns with this one. First time through, I'm going to use our new pattern in 3/4 time from page 38, which is bass 2 and 3, or bass down up down. And then the second time through, I'm going to switch to fingerstyle, and this is going to be our fingerstyle pattern on page 38. This in 3/4 time. So P-I-M-A-M-A, so 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. And if you want to play those patterns and you need to review them, just go ahead and check back on page 38. I'm going to play through part of it right now and talk through it with the strumming pattern. At the beginning, we have C chords, so bass 2 and 3, A minor, 2 and 3, D minor, 2 and 3, G7, 2 and 3. Remember, going from D minor to G7, that first finger stays the same. And those 4 chords are the only chords you play in this song, so it's not too hard to keep track of the chords in this one. Second line, 2 measures of C, bass 2 and 3, G7. Third line is exactly the same as the first line, so let's skip to the fourth line. We have C chord for 2 measures, G7. The next line is also the same as the very first line, so let's talk about that first ending. We have a C chord for 2 measures, G7. A C chord. Because I'm going to switch patterns really quickly and I have to drop the pick for the second half, I'm going to play just one strum on that C. So my first ending is going to sound like this: cockles and muscles, alive, alive, oh, and then I'm going to throw the pick on my stand. That's actually not a bad way for you to play this either, whether you have to throw a pick on your stand or not. Just it highlights the end of the first verse and going back to the second verse. Now, again, the fingerstyle pattern I'm going to be using will be P-I-M-A-M-A. Now, we don't have to go through all those chords again, but I do want to look at the second ending, because we have a C chord and then an NC, another C chord, another NC, and then G7 and C chord. So even though I'm playing a fingerstyle pattern, when I hit that C chord, I'm going to strum, or I may pluck all at the same time. I'm not sure, but then I'm going to mute on beat 2, so it'll be cockles and muscles, or if I'm strumming, cockles and muscles. And then you have your choice on that G7, second measure from the end. You could go back to your pattern, live, alive, oh, or since we're nearly at the end anyway, it might not be a bad idea to just strum alive, alive, oh. And that's what I'm going to do, but you can play the pattern there if you like. I'm going to play this one time, but with the repeat. And as I mentioned, the first time I'm going to use a strumming pattern, the second time I'm going to use that fingerstyle pattern, and I am playing this at quarter equals 105. If that's too fast or too slow for you, if you want to go just a little bit faster, use a metronome and set your own tempo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Your assignment is to practice Molly Malone on page 44, and you can use the patterns I played or you can choose your own. Whatever patterns you use, make sure you work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video or play to a metronome so you can set your own speed. Practice the song until you're comfortable with it, a week, maybe more, maybe less, and when you're ready, I'll see you on page 45 where I'm going to show you tied notes.